Hey, Zach.
Hey Zach, how are you doing?
Doing good. How are you doing?
Doing great. It's a bit cold here.
It's summer in India.
Enjoy a cup of some hot tea.
Hmm. So, how have you been? It's been a while that we streamed on the Zach
Yeah,
Show talking AWS.
yes, so many things going on. So yeah, but we try to do our best to um, you know do something new always. Come up with some
Absolutely.
awesome topic which helps our audience to enjoy and learn.
Absolutely. Yep. So, in terms of what we're talking today, it's one of the GA features that just went, GA services that went live.
Recently.
And yes, before we talk about the service, you want to talk about what infrastructure code is, how do we manage it in our day to day life?
Yeah, definitely. So we are. I think everyone maybe guessed like they know already what we are going to talk about, but before we go ahead with that, we thought of make the baseline and the initial bit of resources that we jump into this topic. So the first one, obviously, the IaC, which is infrastructure as code. We did like a series, infrastructure as code, the basics, and deploy a couple of resources using Terraform in our sessions as well. If you missed it, just go to the YouTube channel and check in the live video section. So the video's already saved there. You can go and check. If you have any question, just please feel free to put some comments and some questions. Yes. So day to day, we work with cloud or other um, maybe in-house resources. So a lot of resource, right? Um, the main thing um, to have your identically same infrastructure, like you have like multiple accounts, you have to recreate and everywhere, right? It's very hard. And the immutability, so once we deployed, we should not go and edit, like click ops people. Maybe you might think, okay, this value is different in dev environment but different in production environment. So overcome this problem, what you can do, right? You can code your infrastructure, all the configurations in one block of code. uh, One means like how many numbers, it doesn't matter, but a block of code you can recreate, and you
Mhm.
can check the integrity of the infrastructure. Check, okay, if anything goes wrong, like any resources um, went wrong, you can able to heal that changes in the configuration, the infrastructure. So infrastructure's code is really important in that several things. I just point out few things, but let's assume, right? I mean, you want to build something within few seconds or few minutes, and you don't have to do all the configuration. For example, a simple example is a 3D application or a serverless platform or serverless application. You have to create the IAM roles, IAM users, or particular events, and you can point it out correctly and give all the permissions and add all the layers and put the code. It's so many, right? So imagine everything is inside your code, and you execute the code. Voila, you have everything's deployed. So that's one of things. So few points: your integrity code, and you could able to heal your infrastructure, and you can deploy in multiple accounts and multiple locations in the same infrastructure, and you can basically clone identically same. Yeah, so that's what about infrastructure code, like, if you come in a nutshell. If I miss anything, Zach, just please jump in and right, help this noob.
Yeah, I believe you covered almost everything about a trust code. That being the single source of truth for your applications, it makes it so easy to manage them in different environments. If something goes wrong, you could roll out easily or roll back easily. So yeah.
Yeah, simple. So what next, Sam? What next, Zach? I think I gave this hint.
Yes, yes, yes. So we need to talk about Sam or the Sam squirrel.
Yeah.
So a SAM is a serverless application model where you could build all of these applications using infrastructure as code, using a template, define all. Ah, the sticker is here. Sam Squirrel. So it helps you build all of these applications using a terminal where you could define all of your resources using IaC, deploy them, test them out, even use a way to sync it to the clouds for your live testing, if I would have to say. And there's also pipelines by SAM, which helps you build a end-to-end pipeline process for your complete application. So
What about local?
that's
Local you can test as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you could do some local mock testing with certain things like APIs or Lambda functions. But that said, it's always best tested on the cloud. So SAM Sync can help that out. Yeah.
Cool. What's your favorite SAM CLI? I love the SAM Sync,
Mm,
which is really awesome stuff, right? You can just basically sync to your um, infrastructure while you are doing all the changes here. That's really awesome.
yep. And I feel one underrated feature is generating events because when you're developing a lot of these applications, you need to work with the exact event payloads. And SAM CLI generates all of those events really well. So, yeah, that's one of the feature that I want to call
Sam. So I mistakenly called you Sam. That's fine.
out.
Actually, I was doing intentionally, right? Uh, just
Happy to be Sam.
yeah, all dad jokes, yeah, right. Cool. So what's next?
Well, let's talk about Application Composer. And
Yes, my favorite
yeah,
time. Ta-da!
yes.
We love demos. It's pretty cool, right? You're having a widescreen monitor that you can split the screens like um, in a very perfect manner. That you can have your ID in the right side and the left side you can have the your browser.
Yes, and especially when you're working with something like Application Composer, it's so handy where you could design something, sync it to your local ID, see the changes on the go. So yeah.
Yes, yes. Okay, I think it's already here because I was working with this, playing with this. To be honest with you, not working actually. I'm playing with this nice composer. Yeah, so it's still here. So I'll just go ahead and so I'm in North Virginia. I think we can do it North Virginia fine.
Yep, that should be good.
Oh, what a complicated launch page. I was kidding. Yeah, this is one of the more simplest, but it can do a lot of things. I really love how they have all how they include all the information in one single page, so which is
Mhm.
really awesome, right?
Yep. So somebody who doesn't know about things that we just spoke about, right? SAM or IaC or serverless development in general. If they just go to this landing pages, there are resources where you could go learn about those things because it's one of the prerequisites, right? So yeah.
So
Yep.
this
There you go, SAM.
Sam workshop. Wow.
Yes.
Oh, I love this. I love this guy. It's just 2 4 hours. And I think Zach, the serverless course in the cloud, what the platform, um, skill builders, right? Yeah, skill builders.
Mhm. Yep.
I think it's around like 14 to 16 hours course that you can a couple of sessions are there like what are the serverless and some part of sam and everything, and end of session there's a kind of a small test that you can earn one of the awesome badge as well. I think that also one of the nice thing. Cool. I think I will put this one in our comments. Sam.
The SAM workshop link.
Oh, sorry. Actually,
Uh,
I pasted a different one. It's fine. um,
well, we know which GitHub repo to refer
yeah.
at the end of the session. So yeah.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's fine. So I'm going to put the real SAM one here. So I'm going to publish it now. Nice.
Ta-da. Yes, one workshop to learn about SAM
Yep.
CLI.
And yes. So what do you think about the launching page? Launch page, Sam. So again, Sam, Zach.
Yeah, so I mean, it is giving you instructions right there, right? You could create a demo project, create your own blank project, or use a template, existing cloud formation or a SAM template, right? So
Yeah.
uh, very handy in terms of the precise instructions. So yeah.
Cool. So go and create a project now. We'll give it a try.
Yes, let's
Yes.
click on that create project.
So I think first we are going to do two demos. One is we are going to do a blank project. We are going to play around with all the stuff here now, and later on, we have created a demo project already using this application composer. For the purpose of demo, we already pushed that um, code into a public repo for the testing purpose, and later we can load that and test. So basically, you can create a new project. A blank project is like a basic canvas, right? If you're familiar with My Robots or any other lucid chart, right? So you have the big huge canvas, right? And you can play around and you can drag here and there. You can draw stuff and you can add stuff. So same like that. So here I'm going to create a new blank project, which I'm going to get a very blank, a vanilla canvas. So here, say the Sam, everywhere Sam is there. So I'm keep calling Zach today Sam. Maybe we can change our show as Sam Show. Maybe next time.
Yep.
So yeah, so we are going to create a blank project. And one more thing I would like to add here. Um, so here you see it, a YAML, but when it comes to SAM, it supports JSON as well. Um, the output, the code. So it's about SAM again. So here basically it will generate a YAML a code block for us. So this is really important. I really love this feature, which is like connected, unconnected mode. So connected means you can connect one of your local folders in your local machine, which I'm going to do it now, right now, and whatever changes I'm going to do here, it's going to save into that folder. So unconnected mode means it's not going to save anywhere in your local machine, but once your compose is done, you can export that files again later. So I'm going to go to the connected mode.
Yeah.
So I'm going to select
One catch with the connected mode is that it works on only on the Chrome browser. So because it's using the
oh
sync API under the hood, which only Chrome supports as of now. So it's only supported on Chrome.
maybe I did this testing using Edge as well. It worked on Edge as well. I think because Edge also using the Chromium, right?
Right.
Maybe that's why, because Edge is top of Chromium, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, it's built on top of Chromium.
Oh, okay, that's the reason. Because I tried on Firefox, doesn't work.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, I didn't know that. To be honest with you, I was like, oh wow, okay. Recently, I did a demo. Glad I used
Huh?
Chrome. I didn't know actually it's only working on the Chrome.
The
So
demo gods were with you.
yes. Oh man. Oh, cool. That's a good one. So I already created a folder called Zach Show Demo, and I'm going to select it and view file. So it's already connected here. Oops. And this side, we should have the Zach demo folder, which is pretty empty. Okay. Cool. So I am going to create now. So it's asking to save the changes. Oh, wow. It's created a YAML
And
file
there it
here.
is.
Nice.
A blank template.
Nice. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open another window here and open this folder. I'm going to drag and drop. Here. Let's see what's inside the file. Oops. Sorry for that. Dropped a lot of
Always
things.
good
Yeah,
extensions.
yes. Um, always it happens.
Yep.
So, oh wow, it's an empty template. Nice. I think you think we should go for the tour.
Let's give it a try.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Oh, drag and drop resources. Oh wow, I really like these icons, like little kind of a pebbles. You know, these
Mm-hmm.
Smarties, all
Yep.
these Skittles, right? Other one, yeah, looks nice. Feels like can eat it. Wow. So we have API gateway, Cognito pool, Cognito user pool client, DynamoDB tables, event bridge rules, event bridge schedule, KNC stream, Lambda function, Lambda layers, S3 buckets, SNS topics, SQS, and step function and state machine. Wow. There are pretty much decent services are there for like to create your serverless application.
Yep. So
So the
any
best thing,
serverless application that you take, most of the services are there. So your use case is pretty much covered with this. Yeah.
yeah. I'll go next. So configure resources. Oh, so basically you can, once you drag and drop, you can click and configure.
Yep.
Nice. So we are going to check that later. Connect. Oh, nice. So you create the Lambda and then connect your bucket and you can write something in the bucket. Oh,
Yes. Imagine how hard it would be to define all of those
yes.
triggers, the
Yes.
properties, all of it.
Everything, right? So while we are doing the demo, I think we can state that what behind the scene, what actually Application Composer does is it's taking care of your IAMs, like IAM roles and user permissions and SAM user policies. Sorry, SAM policies. I am messing up with SAM today. I don't know why. So SAM policies and so on. So you don't have to do anything. It will do it. I had to give the highlight of it. It's using AWS best practices, so you don't have to worry about it. So it's basically using AWS best practices to create those things. And other one is the environment variables. So we cannot live without environment variables. You need environment variables for everything. So it taking care of the environment variables, like if you want to pass from another services to service to, or like between services, so we can set up that one as well. And the last one is the events. So how awesome is it, right, Zach? I know you love events, Zach.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you for getting my name right.
Oh, finally. View and edit templates. Yes. So we can later we can see we are going to view and edit the templates. And some may thinking now, okay, wow, you can add the lambda. So what about my lambda code? So sorry, you have to write your own code. So it's just creating your entire infrastructure, but which is the hardest part because as a developer, I know coding is a piece of cake. So still you have to write your code inside your lambda so you can integrate which is if you have already um, for your infrastructure. So, yep,
I believe that's the a differentiation, right? You, as a
yep,
developer, you probably would be using different programming languages, but here, when you're defining your template, you're using more of infrastructure code, more as a
yep,
template or a JSON or something like that. So, which is hard because most often times your errors on your template YAML is going to be things like the indentation, all of those things. So.
definitely, definitely. So, especially in YAML, yes. So, wow. So it's used together with ID. So now you know why I have two windows and I'm showing off my monitor uh, today, the widescreen. So you see, right side, I have the empty template, which we created right now. And later see what will happen to this template. So I'm going to end the tour. Thank you for joining with me. Cool. So it's very simple. We have an empty canvas. We have something called template here. So basically, same, same here, nothing. And it's something showing here connected mode, which means we connect our folder. Let's see what's in the menu. You can go another tour. It's free of charge. You can try the tour again and again. And how to deploy. Yes, and we have documentation and stuff. So before we go here, what we're going to create today first? What you want to? Which one? You going to orange flavor or green apple or some grapes? Which one you want?
Oh, you're making me hungry, and
Yes.
it's noon here, right? So
Yeah. We'll get
let's
some
go with
orange
orange.
first.
Yes.
Yes.
How about
Okay.
recommend?
Yes. Keep an eye on the right side of the my ID as well. What I'm going to happen? I'm going to drag and drop. Wow.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! So basically, it's resource created. It's a lambda. Nice.
Oh,
And
you took a layer.
yes,
Okay.
it support layers as well, right? Sorry, what is a layer? I don't know what happened. It's a logical layer. Oh wait, I took a lambda layer. My bad.
Yes.
Sorry.
See, and you just delete it, and it
And
immediately
sync
removes it.
within milliseconds. Yes.
Yes.
So the best part, it support layers as well. Like if you have your open, like if you're having maybe a Python and you have your own packages, if you want to inbuilt your layers, so see, right? Mm-mm. Another orange you can pick it up. So we'll name this function as um, Zach show. Nice. So currently the package zip Docker. I'm going to skip it to zip. So it's asking source path of function directory related to something. Um, we can leave as it is, or else you can edit that one. So what I want to show you guys. So see right here, it's created already, which is really awesome, right?
Yep.
Oh, the runtime. So you can have your uh, runtime, which code base you're going to use. So it's automatically picked a Node 18. If you want, you can go for the Python, Java, .NET Core, Ruby. Zach, these days I'm actually
Mhm.
working on some Ruby stuff. Yeah,
Mm.
and learning some Ruby as well.
Interesting.
Pretty amazing. Yeah, interesting. Golang, and yeah, you can have which one you want. And the architecture, nice. If you want to run on your ARM64, so ARM64 means it's going to run on Graviton, right?
Graviton processors. Yes.
Yes, nice.
One beauty of
Handlers.
it is Graviton is going to be more performant and cost efficient.
Oh,
So, yes.
so handlers. So everything. Oh, Terraform is. Terraform may be jealous. It's just showing up messages. Okay, so if you want to have some custom make files, if you want to add some custom make files and some layers and your memory, timeouts, concurrency,
Yep.
reserve concurrency, IAM permission policies.
When you're defining all your lambdas, of course, with the console, it provides a beautiful way of doing things. But when you're doing it with IaC, if you just switch to template.yaml, Zach,
Yep.
on the VS Code,
Sorry.
yes. So you see a lot of these properties, and all of these properties are just a UI option on your application composer. So you could enter values, you could enter your timeouts, so you could enter all of those things, and you don't have to worry about how it's defined in your function properties uh, in the IaC side. So yeah.
Learn these numbers. So I'm going to done. Oh, we can't say it's recent announcement, but the invoking through the URL like HTTPS, I think it's maybe 6 month old or 8 months. Not even
Yep.
1 year, right?
Not 1 year. It
Not 1 year.
was 1 or 2 months before the event. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I exactly remember we were talking about this in one of our sessions, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. So what will happen? Oh, wow.
Gives your authentication, cross enablement headers.
This is awesome, man. Actually, I think for the Lambda, the configurations are pretty amazing, like how you can configure here. So later we'll see DynamoDB. When I was playing around with that, there's nothing much, but it's okay. But nothing much configuration still, but definitely it's going to be changed later. So I'm going to save this. I actually enabled function URL as well. Yeah. Anyways, fine. Just cool. We have our first. Oh, I forgot to save this one. Again, I'm going to type SAM. Nice. So cool. Let's. Okay. You think one orange is enough, or shall we create another orange? Okay. This one for you. Okay.
Okay.
I'll create another orange for me now.
ZACK, yeah?
Yes, exactly. Okay, I'm not going to change anything. I'm just going to save it. Nice. So I'm going to put here, your one is here. Cool. So when we go to the code, I'm going to save anything. Don't save. It should be automatically generated. So you see my second function, I created for myself, and this one for Zach. So what next we are going to create? We can get. Oh, we need.
You want to add some purple grapes? API gateway?
Yes, exactly. So I'm going to drag and drop this guy here. Nice. So this is our main API, and I'm not going to add any authorizer here because we are not going to run anything like production class here. Just with our limited time, we are not going to configure those things. But keep in mind, you can set up those things as well. And this is a get method. So I am going to create a path as get orange. And I am going to create another method for post. Just post orange. I know it doesn't make any sense, but fine. Cool.
It's like we are taking something off a vending machine and putting it into a vending
machine. Yes. So as usual, right? The core load origins and so many things you can configure here. And wow, even external API definition. That's nice.
It's a Swagger.
Oh,
Awesome.
I want to see what change. Cool.
What's the?
Nice.
Oh, okay. It's a VS Code formatting that's
Yeah,
telling
yeah,
the error.
yeah.
Okay.
It's always like that, right? Um, I'm gonna save it. Oh, I have two. It's not okay. Nice. So we need to some place to store our orange, right? So we'll put this blue color one, blueberry.
Mm. I was thinking, what is the blue fruit?
I love blueberries. It's really good. Like if you want to like detox yourself once in a while,
Mhm.
blueberries are really really good fruits. Yep.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna keep as a table and the partition ID key, right? So you're just giving us ID and the key type is string, number, binary. So Zach, what do you think? Like you see, right, for the lambdas, you have so many configuration, but I think for Dynamo table, it's more than enough as a key value database, right?
Correct.
But
So
yeah,
at least for something that you're trying to begin with, this is good enough.
yeah,
Whereas you want to add some additional features or enable streams and work with streams, all of that would be your manual coding with your template itself, right? So yeah,
that's true. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save. I am going to little bit zoom out. Okay, so
we
um,
got grapes, we got
what's gonna
oranges,
happen if
and
I
blueberry.
click? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So we have two oranges and everything, right? So get orange, I'm going to give to Zach. So what I'm gonna do, I am going to keep the code here. Let's see where it's changing. So get orange, I
It's
am
just
going to give to
taking
Zach.
that and connecting.
Ta-da! So you
Ta-da!
see right here, it's creating an event here, which we're talking about, and
It created the event source, the
it
type of
source
parameters it needs, also
and the
referred to our API
fruit
gateway.
URL.
So,
So here it's going to this Zach. Oh, it's taking the variable of the ARN of you, Zach, your Lambda function. Wow, nice. So these are like the CloudFormation syntax. So if you're familiar with that, but personally, I would say if you don't have to be an CloudFormation guru or like expert on CloudFormation to do this because it's uh, pretty amazing. Everything is done by Composer. So the post orange, it's going to be myself. So
and
if you can see this
ta-da!
here, um, it's added the post one as well. Let me see the connection, right? Can I delete the connection?
Yes, you could.
Oh,
Click on it and then delete. Click on the
delete.
connection. So delete.
Maybe browser.
Could be, yeah.
Oh, I tested this already. Should be. Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
now
It said
delete.
disconnect. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. See, right? It's gone now from here. I'll do it again. So
It's
it
adding the
added
definition and the API
definition, everything.
resource. Yes.
It's really amazing, man. So got a table. Oh wow,
You might have to go up.
this should be up.
Yes.
Oh, okay, it's referring here, right?
Yeah. It created an environment variable with the table, and also it attached a policy.
Going to oops. I'll create another one.
See, as a developer who's doing this, I might have to remember what my policy should be, all of it. It's so easily managed by the computer.
Manage.
Yeah. Of course, it's only a Dynamo CRUD policy that I give, but still, when you're doing it with a lot of resources, you might have to remember all of these broad policies.
If the resource wise, if we take it right, we have the table, the DynamoDB, and the serverless API, and the serverless function, which is the Lambda, and another serverless function here, Lambda. So this for the Zach, this for the Zach. So this for the SAM actually.
And the other one is for you, Zach.
Yeah. um, nice. Pretty amazing, right? So I have 105 lines for one API, two Lambda function, and one table. So I'm going to do my favorite part here, which is the change inspector.
Uh-huh.
So see, right? If I go to again to here, okay, I'm going to disconnect. So I'm going to click and connect here. So you can go back to the change inspector. You can see what the event is created here. So which is really amazing, man. Like they kind of extract that the event code block there.
Recent changes, right?
Yes, you can. Yeah, you can see from there like very clearly what changes has been done. So it show 2 changes. That's nice. And my other favorite thing is, because I love to be keep everything neat. So I'm gonna do a magic now. So when I click this arrange here, wow, it's nicely in line, right? It's cool. Nice. So this is just, we created like few functions here, and right, like it's nothing much. But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to import, which we created using. So I'm going to go up the home. So I created the demo because Amazon, they provide a demo that you can play around. And since I wanted to run this in my Cloud Shell, because I have a multiple account set up, and I'm usually after they announce the Cloud Shell, I actually kind of addicted to it. It's very
Mm-hmm.
easy. You don't have to
Yes.
worry about
Easily accessible from the
the
console.
browser,
Yeah.
and you don't have to worry about anything. Your local
Configs. Right.
configs and stuff. It's very safe also because I use 2MFA to log into my browser and stuff. Even locally, I
Uh-huh.
use using it, but I realized keeping those things in the local account is very hectic, and this is really easy. I can do everything. So I am going to create your, not Sam Show, right? Zach Show. um,
Can you zoom
fine.
in a bit, Zach?
Oh yeah. I'm going to do it. Yeah, sorry. Now, nice,
This
right?
should be good. Yeah.
Perfect. Later we can go this as a full screen. So what I'm going to do, the same setup I have already cloned to one of my public repo, and just going to clone it there. And if I want to, I'll let this guy go. So basically, this is the code for that. The template is basically 197 items. I'm going to clone this into my Cloud Shell first. Later we can go back and do our stuff.
Mhm.
Oh, it's very fast. It's very fast. Okay. Later we can come back to this one here, but I'm just going to give you some good view here. Let's create a project again. Now this time I'm going to load the existing project. Please don't confuse with the Cloud Shell what I did, because I want to later I want to deploy this thing using SAM, so that's why I clone it in my Cloud Shell. So later I can go there and play around with it. But now what I'm going to do is like I'm going to connect my existing project, which is this one, files. So it always it contains a template file already. So I'm just creating from it. Oh wow! So if you want to get the same thing, you can create a new one from demo, and you will get the same exactly identical same thing. So here you see we have API, and we have someone for get item, post item, and get items, put, delete. So each and every methods are connected to the relevant Lambda functions. So if you're
One.
creating sorry.
Yeah, go on, go on, go on.
So if you're creating using that template, the code is already inbuilt. So that's what I want to show you, because you can nicely play around. So if you go to the index right here, so code is already there for the list item. Actually, I deployed and tested this API as well using the Postman. It's
Mhm.
actually working. It's basically it's a working code actually. Yeah. So you can just save an item, you can retrieve item, you can play around with that.
One other thing about Composer is that you could visually group items. So in this case,
Yeah.
when we are looking at all the Lambda functions, there's one group called API Compute. So
Compute.
when you're doing something visually, it helps a lot in terms of organizing your resources. Although it's not a change or a structure that is reflecting on your template, it's just for visual purposes only, but it's a huge thing.
Nice. Since we are running out of time as well, I
Yep.
think we are talking about Compose, right? We're not going to talk about what are these index.js and the console logs in the JavaScript. um, so let's go and deploy this and see, right? How long it will take to deploy and how we're going to play around with it.
Yep.
So let's go to my cloud formation stack. You see it's empty. Nothing is there. I promise nothing is there. uh, so my files are here. So since I tested in my local, right, SAM config is already created because I created one before. We can use that, but I'm going to remove that. Oh, sorry, Sam. Fine. So we have our source files and our templates are there here. So you're right. It's here. My favorite thing here, because it's I don't have to assume my roles because I'm already assigned to my dev account role here. So
Mhm.
I'm my all the permissions are configured there, so I don't have to do anything. So I really love this Cloud Shell thing. You know what is the price for this? Is it free or like it's per minute charge?
There is a pricing around it. Even I'm not sure about the
But
exact thing.
like it's okay, right? I mean, like it's not much. I think so.
Yep, should be fine.
It should be
There
fine.
should be something on the a free tier as well. So yeah.
Oh, they're fine then. So what I'm gonna do first is a SAM build. Oh, and do a
Oh,
SAM.
there's no additional charges for Cloud Shell.
Oh, that's fine then.
Yep.
Nice.
It's only for the resources that get created.
Cool.
That's fine.
So you think SAM build it will work here? Let's try and see.
Sure. Sam should be. Yep.
Nice. Wow, I love this green color. So I'm going to run SAM build now, Zach.
Yes. You want to go with guided?
Um,
Okay.
shall I? Okay, I'll gonna
No, no,
cancel
no,
it.
no.
It's fine. It's
That's fine.
fine.
That's fine.
No, I thought of
The,
doing the guided in the deployment, but fine.
yeah. That's fine.
Let's go with the guided here.
Oh, sorry. This is building, right? Sorry.
Building you cannot go to guided, right?
Right.
Yeah,
It's only
deploy
for
only. I
deploy.
think. Yeah, deploy only. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I put test like full screen now because we don't no more need our VS Code. Nice.
Yep. Well, succeeded.
We'll succeeded. Now we are going to do SAM deploy guided. Now it's looking for the file. Oops, not found because I removed it.
Right.
So fine. So I'm going to do add not SAM Zach
I see you
show.
typing Zach.
USist1. So I'm going to leave it as USist1 because I'm already in North Virginia. And it's asking whether show your resource changes to be deployed and required. Yes. So it's kind of a pre-check, a validation again before we deploy. So later you will get a nice table of your contents, the resources which is going to be deployed. And allow SAM CLI IAM role creation. Yes. This is the preserve the state of previously provisioned resource when its operation failed. So this one is a really cool feature. I think exactly 1 year ago, around like that time, maybe before that, but not 2 years old. This feature they announced from AWS that when you are doing something with CloudFormation, if anything goes wrong, when the rollback will remove everything. But
yes.
in this preserves method, for example, you are deploying 5 lambdas and 1 API gateway. If the API gateway, okay, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, one S3 bucket, which is required by lambda function, and if the one of the resource failed previously, it used to wipe out all the failed and success resources which is supposed to create it using that template. But now, for example, that if the lambda is successfully created, and the S3 bucket failed to create or something happened, for example, it will preserve the lambda function, and you can continue later with the S3. So thank you. I mean, sorry. Thank you very much for listening. That boring the way I explained it. I kind of messed it up. Like I don't know what I was talking about. Yeah. Fine. So I think
wish there was a rollback for that.
Yeah.
We could preserve the good parts and
burn. Yeah, that's a good one, Zach. That's a good one. I like that. It's fun. Yes. So I think you understand, right? I think hope everyone is understand that what I'm trying to explain. So it basically preserves anything fails. Oops. So the list items may not have authorization defined. Is that okay? Because When I go back,
API
right?
gateway is open.
Yes.
There's no authorization defined.
Yes. So see, right? That's what we talk about AWS best practices. Um, the way I'm going to deploy now, it's not a best thing to do unless it's a demo like this. So don't do that. Don't do this in your production environment, please. So it's asking to confirm. So I'm giving the consent. Yes. So if anything goes wrong, I'm responsible today. Save arguments to configuration file. Yes. SAM configuration file. So it's going to save inside the SAM config environment default. So it's creating the resources.
Now we let SAM and CloudFormation do the magic.
Yes. Let's go to the CloudFormation. There should be one stack. Wow.
Creation in progress.
So this one stack is created by SAM CLI to manage its resources. So the default means it's what you call the environment, right?
The
Yes.
role. Right. Yes.
Yes. It won't take much time. So basically, it creates a bucket and some policies. A bucket and a bucket
Yep.
policy
Bucket is done.
done. And now we should be able to see our template. So CloudFormation basically it creates for every change, it creates a change set. So this is the change set. So it contains the API gateway deployments, API gateway, Lambda permissions, IAM roles. So you can see the same thing like 5 times here because Lambda function permissions. We are creating 5 Lambda functions right here.
Yep.
So it's created nicely. And I'm going to deploy yes. And while it's deploying, I'm going to go my CloudFormation stack again. I'm going to refresh. Voila. So we have,
Now all the resources is gonna be.
yeah, it's very fast. It's very, very fast. Because it's a CloudFormation, right? So it's definitely supposed like definitely should be faster.
Yep. There are some roles that are getting created. All of it. Yeah.
Yes, I am
Some are
roles.
done. Some are in
Some are
progress.
done. Some are creating. So Lambda functions created already some of them. The API is the
API
last one.
gateways. Yeah.
Deployment also done.
It's creating the staging and
Okay,
all of it is
the
done.
stack actually done. Yeah, it's showing here in progress, but it's basically done. Yeah, it's done.
Yes. Done.
Nice, it's done. So if I want to go and check, we'll go to the resources and let's go to the API.
There should be an output of API endpoint, right?
Should be. No, because I
Okay.
don't think there's an output here. I think
It
that's
is
one of the good
automatic.
point. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, if you want, what we can do, right? We can go to the template and
Modify
we
it and
modify the code with the output, and we can sync it again. So yeah. So yes, see, it's created. If you see, we have the pro. So invoking URL, and let's go to our Lambda function. So this is a create item. If I go to the applications, so we have the application called Zackeriya, and we have the API endpoint here, and the
all the
relevant
resources.
resources are here. Nice, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Imagine developing this from scratch. How long it would have taken us.
Yes. Creating a simple API, right?
Yeah.
Cool. The dynamo table. So nothing there. So it's basically for up and run. It's there. So what is your favorite part here, Zach? Like for me, for example, right? If you have something like to do like a POC or like you get something done very fast,
Mhm.
it's pretty amazing, right? You within few minutes that you can get things up and running, and you can deploy everything like voila.
Absolutely. And not just for a POC, but even for something that you want to kickstart a development for, you could use
Definitely,
this
yeah,
as a baseline and then you could go to your own IDE and then build on top of it. So, yeah.
definitely. So my I won't say pros and cons. I would love to see here something for like imagine the same thing like if we can get through like CDK and Terraform as well maybe someday. Yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
that would be
Yeah,
really
because
amazing.
right. Because now it's only supporting SAM, but there are
Yeah.
other IaC tools which could be a game changer. Right.
I know it's a too much that I'm asking, but yeah, that would be nice. And one more thing, like now we have the Cloud Shell here, right? Basically, yes, you can do it from here, but if oops, it's fine.
Yeah, AWS console is like,
Yeah,
where is your
sometimes,
authorization?
yeah. So don't worry, the template, nothing. It's still there inside my local folder, so fine. So let's assume, I mean, like if you can do the deployment, like integrate with the CI/CD from here itself, or maybe something like that, would be nice, right? Because now we have um, Amazon Code Catalyst, right? So that would be
Yeah,
amazing that if we can something like integrate together. So just create, deploy. So that would be really nice. And if you are into AWS ecosystem, definitely one of the best things going to be. And maybe some extra other resources. Maybe I know it's almost like most of the things which what you need for lambdas. I mean, like for serverless here. I hope this not going to stop only from serverless, maybe someday for containers, um, right? Imagine you're creating your
yes,
entire Kubernetes cluster using something like that, and your RBACs, your um, other controllers, and your ingress and everything. When you're configured, imagine right, everything is like generating something like that. Oh, nice, amazing.
absolutely. I mean, it gives you that developer experience of uh, building some or getting started with something in a very fast go. So yeah,
Cool, cool. So I think that's all for today, right? Anything else that want to discuss?
I believe we are on time, and
And
that's about it.
and it was really amazing, right? I really enjoyed today
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And trying out something that's gone GA, and if you would like to try it out, you could check it out on your AWS console, go to console, search for Application Composer, and voila. Just what we did at the start of the session with Zach going with the tour and all of it, you could do
Yeah.
it from your console,
Yeah.
right?
Actually, to be honest with you guys, that um, I, to be honest, these are this one we weren't like not much prepared, like keep having slides or anything like a boring things. But 10 minutes ago, me and Zach like going through all the tabs and stuff. We just managed to keep it in a proper order, and yes, we started the podcast. That's it.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah,
So
any parting thoughts, Zach? I see we are 1 minute
uh,
ahead of our one asking it. So yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so cool. I mean, like, we would love to get some feedback, or like any suggestions. Right? If you want us to talk about maybe event bridges or something like EKS, just please feel free to uh, put in the post. And I'm so sorry that I know the timing is not good for go like live, but I know this is going to preserve in the YouTube, so later you can check. Definitely, like evening at Zach's time, not Sam's time, Zach's time. He will probably he will share the save link, like the preserved link, so you can go and check, because it's o- it's 9 o'clock for me, 9 p.m. in New Zealand. So yep.
Excellent.
We can see you around with another some cool topic, maybe without Sam. Yeah. Um, but I'm more than happy to do another like full session where that we are talking about Sam, because we cannot forget the past. We can build a fun app and right, play around with it. Cool.
Absolutely. So, in case if you want to ask us something like in terms of how do you do a specific thing with a specific service, feel free to reach out to any of us, and we are happy to take that request and have a session on them. So, yeah.
Definitely. So until then, take care.
And Sam says bye bye.
Cool.
Thank you, everybody. Bye bye.
Thank you.